I'm Danielle Vinson with Plumtree Realty, and welcome back to Serving Those Who Served. If you're new here, I'm an Army veteran. My husband Danny is a retired military veteran, and together we've experienced military life from both sides. I've worn the uniform, and I've also been the spouse waiting through deployments, understanding the stress they place on family, and balancing the needs of a home while a loved one is serving. Those experiences are one of the reasons I'm so passionate about helping veterans and military families navigate the home buying and selling process. So before we get started, I do want to mention that I am a licensed realtor here in Ohio, but I'm not a lender and I'm not an attorney. Everything I share is meant to educate you and help you ask the right questions. For advice specific to your situation, I always encourage you to speak with a qualified lender or attorney when appropriate. So over the last 2 weeks, we've talked about whether every veteran should use a VA loan. We've busted some of the biggest myths surrounding VA financing. Today, we're wrapping up our 3-part series by answering one of the biggest questions I hear. How much money do I really need to buy a home with a VA loan? So, let's dive in. One of the biggest misconceptions is that because a VA loan allows many qualified buyers to purchase a home with no down payment, buying the home won't cost you anything. Well, it's true. A VA loan can eliminate the need for a down payment. There are still other expenses you'll want to be prepared for. The good news is that many of these costs can be planned for ahead of time, and in some cases even negotiated as part of your purchase contract. So what kind of costs should you expect? One of the first things you'll likely pay is your earnest money deposit. This is the money you put down with your offer to show the seller you're serious about purchasing their home. It's important to know that this isn't an extra fee. If everything goes as planned, that earnest money is typically applied towards your purchase at closing. You'll also have what we call closing costs. And in my market here in Southwest Ohio, that's about 3% to 4% of the purchase price. These include things like lender fees, title services, recording fees, prepaid property taxes, homeowners insurance, and other costs associated with finalizing your loan and purchasing the home. If you choose to have a home inspection, and I almost always recommend that buyers do, that's another expense to plan for. A home inspection gives you a better understanding of the home's condition before you move forward with one of the biggest purchases of your life. Something to think about that is often forgotten is the VA appraisal. This is separate from your home inspection and required by the bank. This needs to be paid at the time of the appraisal when it's ordered and can be anywhere from $500 to $800 in most markets. Another expense that many people forget about is actually moving. So whether you're hiring movers, renting a truck, or just buying up boxes and packing supplies, those costs can add up very quickly. And don't forget about utility deposits or setting up new services at your new home. Now, here's something most buyers do not realize. Depending on your market and the terms of your offer, the seller may agree to help pay for some of your closing costs. Whether that's possible depends on several factors, including the local market and the strength of your offer. That's one of the reasons it's important to work with an experienced realtor who can help negotiate on your behalf. Another question I hear a lot is about the VA funding fee. Not every veteran has to pay for it. Some veterans are exempt because of a service-connected disability or other qualifying circumstance. And if you aren't exempt, the funding fee can often be financed into your loan instead of being paid out of pocket at closing. Your lender can explain exactly how that applies to your individual situation and give you more information on how that works. Now, I want to share what I think is probably the most important piece of advice in today's video. Just because you can buy a home with very little money out of pocket doesn't necessarily mean you should spend every dollar you have getting to the closing table. Owning a home is exciting, but homes have a way of surprising us. Maybe the water heater stops working, or the refrigerator decides it's totally done, or maybe the air conditioner quits in the middle of July. In Ohio, that can be rough. So having some emergency savings after you move in can make those unexpected expenses less stressful. Also, a tip is to negotiate a home warranty into your offer, which can oftentimes be paid for by the seller. The earlier you prepare, the smoother the process usually becomes. So my veteran tip of the week, here is this week's tip. Don't wait until you're ready to home shop and find the perfect home before you get pre-approved. Meeting with a lender early gives you time to understand your budget, strengthen your financial position if needed, work on your credit if needed, and shop with confidence when the right home comes along, you'll be ready. So preparation is one of the biggest tools you can have. This wraps up our first 3-part series of Serving Those Who Served, and I truly hope these videos have helped answer some of your questions and give you a better understanding of the home buying process. Whether you're planning to buy next month or 5 years from now, I hope these videos have helped you feel a little more confident. That's exactly why I created this series, to help the people who have served our country make informed decisions when it's time to make their next move. If you found this series helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And if you're a veteran or military family thinking about buying or selling a home here in Southwest Ohio, I'd be honored to serve you. If you have a question you'd like me to answer in future episodes, leave it here in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again for your service, and thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. Oh, and one final reminder, every veteran's situation is unique. The information shared today is for educational purposes only and shouldn't be considered legal or lending advice. So if you have questions about your specific circumstance, I'd be happy to connect you with trusted professionals who can help. Again, I'm Danielle Vinson with Plum Tree Realty, and I'm honored to serve those who have served. See you next time.